A weird recurring encounter. I don't know if this is the place for this, but I thought, what the hell, another person's perspective might help me figure out what the hell is going on. This began when I was a kid. I forgot how the conversation started, but basically my grandmother told me that when my grandfather was a young man, he was dragged by the devil across his village and survived. He had 3 claw marks going down from each shoulder meeting in the middle of his lower back. He said that ever since, he saw a shadow of a man looking over him as he slept. A few days before he passed away, he said he finally saw the shadow again after not seeing it for years. About 2 years later, my younger cousin saw a shadow of a man looking over him and he passed away in the hospital after a few weeks. About 3 years after that, my grandmother saw the shadow looking over her as she slept and passed away a few days later. This was all family from my mother's side. After my grandmother passed, I went to her house for a few weeks since I practically grew up there. On my 5th day, I was sleeping in my grandfather's old bedroom. I thought I saw someone walking past the door and I figured it was my uncle since I could see their shadow in the moonlight. But then I remembered I was alone that night in the house since my uncle spent the night at his work. I had a very unpleasant feeling and I tried to get up, but I couldn't move from the bed. Suddenly I saw a shadow of what appeared to be a woman at the foot of the bed. Keep in mind, I couldn't yell or move and I was freaking the hell out at this point. I closed my eyes and tried to calm myself down, thinking I probably had sleep paralysis and was hallucinating, but then I felt weight near my legs. Being stupid, I opened my eyes and saw that the shadow of the woman was on all fours and getting closer to me. As she moved, I felt a tremendous amount of weight on my body. She got close enough to me that my nose could probably touch hers if she had wanted. All I saw were eyes like a spider's, sort of like tarantula eyes, and nothing else. The weight was unbearable and my chest began to hurt. Next thing I know, it's morning. This happened about 2019, and recently I've started to see a shadow of a man looking over me as I sleep and I have no idea what to do about it. Honestly, I don't know if I should be freaking out, or maybe the experience I had screwed with my head a little. Any tips would help at this point. It's been happening more frequently.